select. His lovely wife, who just got citizenship in the US of A from Brazil. And their mama, who's visiting from Brazil, never been to the United States of America.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you all for coming to the inaugural show of the Fine Arts Society. Can you hear me?
Yes!
Besides being an artist, I have to be an entertainer for the next 20 minutes or so. First of all, yes, I paint with everything you see on this table. From the trowel on a bigger canvas, like I've got over here, to smaller paintings where you might use a small brush like this. I like to go big, we like to go bold, we like to make it happen. I want to show you an oil painting. That's what I'll be working on primarily, but I found this material, it's an acrylic paint at an art show in Destin, Florida. And when I saw this guy paint with this stuff, it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So I'll give a quick.
Wow. Looks good enough to eat.
That's like frosting.
I've got my ice cream cone. I've got some metallic red. Who likes strawberries? Where's my scooper?
Oh my God. Really? Oh my God.
This tie is about to go.
I should go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right here. A little bit of strawberry. That's right. That's why I bought the gloves. Doctor, you remember these? You don't want me to do your surgery by putting my gloves on after I've already started your procedure.
You shouldn't even wash your hands.
A lot of oil painters will wear gloves all the time when they're painting because of the potential for chemicals getting in your hands. I use an odorless mineral spirits, and I like to paint with my fingers also. So it does make sense.
Might have to speak up just a touch, Mike.
Yes, sir. And I do own stock in paper companies because you can go through a roll of paper towels very quickly. How about a little bit of chocolate? I guess I could have went direct onto the canvas too. Banana? Vanilla? Let's go direct. Now, believe it or not, that will dry in about a day. Yeah, it dries in a day. And for you guys, I brought a cherry. There you have it. All right, gas-free art material, a very interesting acrylic type paint. All right, you go back into your container. You will dry out. All right. I use a lot of palette knife. This is one of the reasons I like using a palette knife. It's very easy to clean. I forgot my main big palette knife, but I do use.
Yeah, right here. It's really big.
That is big. I use a variety of sizes. They're very easy to clean. I use the big knives for mixing paint a lot. So here's the subject matter. And this is from a beach in Huatulco, Mexico. that my wife and I visited several years ago. I usually start then with a small value sketch. Looking at the composition of the photograph, I made some modifications to that. I'm looking for lights, darks, and simplifying the design down to just a couple shapes. Every painting you see starts with shapes, shape recognition. I like to break down my canvas into thirds. So this is divided into thirds this way, divided into thirds this way, same as I did on the study. Where do you not want the center of interest? You do not put a center of interest right here. Usually, rules of composition with design and painting, you do not put your center of interest in the middle of the painting. For me, I like it where the corners, right where these intersect, right here, here, or here. For me, it's going to be right in this region here. I like the dark rock against this white foam on the background. All right, so we talked a little bit about design. How do we start? Roughly sketch that design now onto the canvas. With oil, which is different than what you'll see with watercolor, is you work from darkest to lightest, white being the last color you'd apply. In a watercolor painting, your white could actually be the paper, and you work to dark. You add more paint to bring your darks out. With oil, start dark, work to light. Start in the background, work to the foreground. So what's the most forward objects on the photograph? Would be these rocks and this water. Furthest away, next furthest away, then the beach, then the background water, then these rocks, then this water. All right? Not everybody's going to be able to see perfectly. I can walk through what I got going on here. This is ultramarine blue and white. I like to put down the first piece of color with the knife. This way lighter as it gets down to the bottom. My goal is to get this done in 25 minutes to the best of my ability. I would call this a study, a sketch. Not necessarily something that I want to put in a gallery or try to sell. Just working on the sky at this point. All right. Background, we've got some type of little hill. I'm going to look at that as a combination of some greens, a little bit of yellows, yellow ochres. You can mix your green, blue, and what goes to make green? So back yellow. I've got a bright yellow, a medium yellow, and then a yellow ochre. I know that that little speck of yellow with that blue out with the white, and we'll match in the value range. Get there, get there, get there. Cast it against the floor. light. I've got this lighter section through here. Looks like I've already tested this before. Yellow, ochre, and white with a little bit of burnt sienna. Close. Okay, what's the opposite of yellow on the color wheel? Opposite of yellow on the color wheel. Purple. Purple is the opposite. It's all simple color wheel. Opposite of green is red. Opposite of purple is yellow. Opposite of blue is orange. To make yellow darker, add the opposite on the color wheel, which would be purple. I don't have purple, so I have to mix the blue with magenta. Is it purple? I can bring it over here, test it with some white. Purple. Down this way, it's lighter. Just smooth that out a little bit. Bob Ross would say, I want to see some puffy little white clouds, right? Into the OMS, just a little bit of tinting. There's no clouds in the photograph, right? But I can add some clouds. Just enough to add some interest into the sky. Very light touch. Very light. All right. Next. Working their way forward. We've got that little piece of beach back there. That is going to be middle yellow with white. In the ballpark. All right, again, a sketch. Just trying it out. Background water. This little piece of turquoise right here. Put you over there. I'm guessing at meridian green with this ultramarine blue. More green. or green. Nice thing about the knife, you can just wipe off any paint you pick up. All right, you're there. Let's go with one of these guys right here. Okay, darks on the rocks. I want to put in some of those darks in the rock area. I never use black. I've got a combination of dark blue, meridian green, and this burnt sienna. While there is no black on that photograph, photographs typically will look darker than the scene really is because of the way the cameras work. So as the artist, you have to adjust your darks with color. So that would look black to you, but it's really a combination of blue, green, and the burnt sienna. Where are my darkest rocks? I know the sun is coming down from this side based on some of the cast shadows out here. So it's fairly overhead, but we know that there is some light direction this way. On all this artwork, the idea is to convince you that there's a light source and a third dimension on a two-dimensional piece of paint, on two-dimensional painting, right? So I know we've got this area, this rock, this area. I figured that out in the value study too. I know where some of the shadows are. This shapes, looking at a variety of shapes now. How do I break down this complex scene into just a variety of shapes? All right.
I tried some shoes on yesterday with high heels like that.
Next would be a middle tone
I want to be taller, but
of the rock. A little bit of white. All right. Kind of working my way around a lot of big shapes right now. I'll go back and work on the details towards the end. Just getting the basic kind of lay of the land right now. My lightest part of the rocks could be put in last. I can see where some of the light is hitting it right on top of the rock. super light touch. Just touch it, leave it. All right, enough for rock and roll. Middle ground and the foreground water. Meridian green, ultramarine. Now this water is coming right over these rocks right here. So the decision is, it's very wet. The oil will stay wet for days. So either a light touch with this color or come at it with some of the white. In one fell swoop, we'll try to just leave that there and still add some of this foreground water. This is a scary part right here. I know what I want to do. Let up on the pressure. All right, we got that, we got that, we got that. We got a lot of paint out there. It's good. Again, it's a study. We're not sure what we're going to do with this going forward, but I could immediately start working on this foam. I've got the paint. I see a lot of motion. I like to create the green abstract over there is mine, way over there. So I want to create this motion. The water flowing, right? I can see it coming this way, coming this way. Can't get into this. If I go into this right here, it quickly turns into mud. So you want to avoid with oils a lot of this over blending because it just gets real muddy real quick. You can see that, right? So it's a lot of blocking in pieces of color. Working towards the finish line. I got, like I said, my center of interest is going to be in this area, the lightest light against the darkest dark. That's right here. Right here. So I've got the blade loaded up. Got this other little piece right back there. You put some pressure on that blade and bend the paint right into where you want it to go. straight out of the
It was a
tube.
big tube or something.
Well, that was this gaffrey. That's an acrylic material.
Oh, okay.
That's what he did on the ice cream cone.
So basically, now it's just a matter of stepping back and starting to rework some of the areas, fixing the total problem. Starting with this area here. Fixing some of the problems, adding more color. I still got this area back in here, a little bit of a shadow. Something's got to be done there. But you get the general idea of how I'd approach an oil painting like this.
Got a lot of energy.
Yeah, I do best. I literally use my timer and work in 12-minute sessions. 12 minutes blocking, 12 minutes for the next, 12 minutes, 2 to 3 hours tops on anything. For me, I get the best results working fast. I still working on this. How do I get water to flow through the cracks of the rocks? So again, this is the best tool to try to achieve that. Just right on the edge. All right, that's all I got, really. Thank you for coming tonight.
All right, Mike.
You put your energy into
Praise
that.
Good job, Mikey. Good job, man. All right, give me here.
Titanium.
Yeah.